In this video, we will learn how to create a Moz account and access the 7-day free trial, conduct keyword research, keep track of your competitors using competitive research, track backlinks using link research, monitor keyword performance over time using the ranking tracking feature, and run a site audit to discover technical issues and content to help boost your site's SEO. Before we begin, I'd like to thank Moz for sponsoring today's video and letting me play around with their pro tool. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Sign up and onboarding. Click the link in the description to create your Moz accounts and access the 7-day trial for free. You will have to provide a valid credit card for the trial to activate, but don't worry, you can easily cancel your subscription before the trial period ends. Enter your credit card information and follow the brief onboarding process, and you'll eventually land on the homepage. Click on the 3x3 square grid in the upper right-hand corner, between the magnifying glass and your first initial, and select Moz Pro. The first page will contain 6 onboarding guides that walk you through each of Moz's main features. For now, we'll skip these, but I strongly recommend looking into them after the video to get more familiar with everything Moz Pro can do. Instead, we'll jump right in. Look to the left. This sidebar is where you'll find all of Moz Pro's primary tools. From top to bottom, these are campaigns, enable you to track up to 10 sites and up to 1,500 keywords and 500,000 web pages, and track performance metrics, keyword rankings, backlink health, etc. over time. Note, the limits I mentioned apply only to the medium plan level. There are other plans available that have lower limits. Campaigns are closely linked to Domain Overview, which provides a snapshot of a site's metrics, including how authoritative and visible a website and its competitors are in SERPs, or search engine results pages. Competitive research lets you spy the competition, identify keyword and content gaps, and adjust your SEO strategy as the situation dictates. Keyword research comprises several tools that let you discover, analyze, and organize keywords, helping you refine your SEO strategy and improve your rankings in SERPs. Link research is an all-in-one backlink building tool that helps you build subject authority by establishing relationships with industry leaders. We'll talk more about link building in Chapter 5. On-Page Grader and On-Demand Crawl are both site auditing tools. The On-Page Grader focuses on content issues, how to improve a specific page, while the On-Demand Crawl identifies technical issues. Lastly, there's the Rank Checker, which lets you quickly check how a keyword and a domain rank together. Many of these tools contain subtools that unfortunately we won't have time to explore in this video. Still, now that we know the main tools Moz offers, we can get started by setting up a campaign. Chapter 2. Setting up a campaign and understanding the domain overview. Getting started is easy. Click Track My First Site. Now, Moz will ask us the site name and brand name we want to track. For the website, you'll only want to share your root URL. That means I'll use moz.com instead of https www.moz.com. The brand name will be automatically entered. Make sure it's correct. When everything looks right, click Next. Now it's time to choose how many pages you want to allocate for a campaign. The tier you can try out for free, the medium tier plan, lets you track up to 500,000 pages at once, which means you can use 50,000 per campaign. For most websites, this will be more than enough. Keep it as is and hit Next. You'll be prompted to link your Google Analytics account to Moz to get the best results. While I recommend doing this for a site you own, it's also fine to hit Skip if you don't have Google Analytics set up or if you're tracking a competitor's site. If you do click Skip but want to add Google Analytics to Moz later, don't worry, you can do that too. For now, I'll click Skip. Now we set the search engines and language results we want tracked. By default, this will be Google and Google Mobile in English. This is perfect. Google dominates search traffic. Click Next. The next page is the most difficult. You have to add keywords, locations, and labels to your campaign. Based on your website, Moz will automatically generate keywords to track, 50 in this case, and set the location to national. For our purposes, this is fine, but if you're running a smaller local business, you'll want to see what keywords Moz recommends for you and set your location to your city or state. The last section here, labels, is optional. Labels are how you can categorize similar keywords. For example, if you click the blank field here, you'll see branded pop-up. This makes sense since most of the keywords Moz generated are specific to their brand. Pro tip, Spend the time to fill out the keyword bank with any high priority keywords that come to mind. But don't worry about being perfect. You can always come back and add additional keywords or labels to your campaign later, after conducting your keyword research. Now, click Next. The final step is to include a few competitors to track. Once again, Moz will recommend a few. I'll use these, except I'll change the final competitor to SEMrush, using lower SEMrush and SEMrush.com. Alright, hit Finish. In a few seconds, that'll take you to the Domain Overview tab and show you key overarching findings. I should note that this is not the whole campaign report. Moz is processing the in-depth SEO data in the background, but this report is still a great place to start. Here you will see some Moz metrics. Domain Authority estimates how likely a site is to rank in the SERPs based on the quality and quantity of backlinks to a website. Page Authority predicts how well a single web page will rank based on backlinks to a page. On the other hand, Brand Authority is not based on links. Rather, it evaluates how authoritative a brand's online presence is. There's also far more technical information further down the page, such as how your brand authority score compares to that of your competitors, the pages with the most external links that are broken or down, returning a 4XX error code, frequently used anchor texts, which Google often considers an attempt at SERP manipulation, and far more. Even at this early stage, the report is full of valuable insights that can help you quickly and dramatically improve your website's overall SEO performance. Once you've identified gaps by running a campaign, it's time to start closing them. A great place to start is using Moz's Keyword Research suite. Chapter 3. Keyword Research. Click on Keyword Research in the sidebar. That will open the Keyword Explorer, the most basic tool in the keyword research shed that lets you reliably see how often a keyword is searched for, volume, and how difficult it'll be to rank for. Let's dive right in. Get started by entering your root domain into the field at the top of the page. Now, click where it says Domain. While we'll be taking the broadest look possible, you can tailor your keyword search widely, using domain or narrowly, using subdomain, subfolder, or exact page. Getting started, it makes sense to identify keywords that Moz says are the most important for your website. From there, you can then work on sections, subdomains, or individual pages to make your site the best it can be. Okay, click Analyze. What interests us most in this report is the top ranking keywords section. Expand the view, and here we can see all 40,462 keywords that Moz.com ranks for, along with where they appear in the SERPs, how difficult it is to rank for each keyword, and the monthly search volume for each keyword. Over 40,000 keywords is far too many though. Let's cut through here and look only at high volume keywords. I'll open the volume drop-down menu, set the slider to 11,500, and click Apply. Now, I only see 39 keywords, which gives me a much better idea of which keywords I can target. Now, before we move on, I'd like to highlight 3 other keyword tools. Hover your cursor over Keyword Research and select Keyword Suggestions. This is an AI-powered tool that lets you identify keyword clusters or groups of similar high-ranking keywords that talk about the same topic. For example, the keyword I'll use is search engine optimization. Type it into the field at the top of the page and hit Analyze. It'll take a few for this page to generate results, so I'll be back in a few seconds. There we go. Now, go ahead and open the Topics Tree map. Here you can see all these keywords are grouped under the broad SEO umbrella. To take a closer look, hover over a box. I'll go with SEO tips, and you can see the total volume, search intents, average difficulty, and the keywords that are related to that keyword. SEO tips, Google SEO tips, etc. By the way, the reason many of these metrics aren't appearing is that they're not being tracked as queries. We'll see how to track words shortly. You can also check out the complete list of keywords by looking under Top Suggestions. Now, this is where things get cool. You can take these clusters and turn them into fully fleshed content briefs. Make sure you're hovering over SEO tips, then click View Details. That will automatically select all those keywords. Now, all you have to do is hit Create Content Brief in the bottom center of the page. Enter Moz.com in the blank field. Then expand the field next to Blog Post and select How to Guide from the drop-down menu. Click Create Brief. In a few seconds, you will have a Word or PDF file that's ready to access. Let's open it. Here we can see that the brief is broken into 9 different parts, all designed to help you create a great article. Pretty cool if you ask me. The last keyword tool I want to cover is Explore by Keyword. This is the bulk analysis tool, allowing you to compare and contrast up to 100 keywords at once. By now you know the drill. Enter the keywords you want to examine in the box, hit Analyze, and sift through the findings to identify an in-demand keyword you can leverage in your existing and future content. Now, let's pivot and instead of researching keywords, take a look at what your competitors are doing. Chapter 4, Competitive Research. There are 3 tools here: True Competitor, Keyword Gap, and Top Competing Contents. Let's look at them all, starting with True Competitor. Click Competitive Research in the sidebar. Enter your root domain in the field and click Find Competitors. There we go. Short and sweet. With our main competitors identified, let's take a closer look at using the Keyword Gap tool. Click the Compare button on 3 of your chief rivals. I'll go with the first, second, and fourth competitors. Now, hit the button in the bottom center of the screen. You can look at the competitor overview and overlap fields if you want, but keyword rankings is where the good stuff is. Here we have a list of keywords, the traffic lifts, the predicted monthly search volume gained if your website overtakes your highest ranking competitor for a keyword, the monthly volume, the difficulty, and finally, how you measure up to your competitors on a word-by-word basis. For example, we can see that for SEO, Moz is 8th, Google Dev is 1st, SEMrush is 9th, and Ahrefs is 24th. This information can help you see where you're already doing well and where you should invest time in restructuring pages and rewriting contents. Speaking of content, hover over Competitive Research and open Top Competing Contents. Scroll down to the section titled Top Competing Contents. Here you can see which pages on your competitor's website are capturing clicks. While writing high-quality, keyword-rich content is a great way to try and gain an edge, you're still missing a critical component of any SEO strategy: link building. And that's what we will cover in the next chapter. Chapter 5, Link Research. One of the ways Google determines if your site is a subject matter expert on a topic is the quality of backlinks you have. A backlink is when another website links to your site. Google interprets these backlinks as votes of confidence in the reliability and quality of your content. In other words, the more backlinks you have, the better Google thinks your website must be. Getting high-quality backlinks is a time-consuming process, and that's where the Link Research tool comes in. Go ahead and open it in the sidebar. By now, you know the drill. Get started by entering your root domain into the field at the top of the page and hit Analyze. The headline findings tell you how you're doing. Domain authority, Moz's view of how authoritative your website is determined mainly by backlinks. A score of 91 out of 100 means that Moz is regarded as a leading authority, with over 191,000 domains linking to Moz's content. Still, the last 60 days paint a somewhat mixed picture. In that time, Moz has gained 5,239 backlinks, but lost 6,763 for a net change of negative 1,524. That's not really good. So let's try to understand what's going on here. Taking a closer look is easy enough. Click Discovered along the chart's x-axis and select a day. I'll use 11/15/2025. I'll click the bar for that day and set Display to Lost Only. Now, here's a list of the websites that deleted backlinks to Moz.com on November 15th, 2025, along with the domain authority score of their website to show the quality of the lost linking domain. This is where you'd want to know the highest domain authority backlinks you lost and reach out to those websites to rebuild them. If that sounds like a complicated and time-consuming process, you're right. Now, luckily, Moz has a tool for that. Hover over the Link Research icon in the sidebar and click on Link Tracking Lists. Essentially, this tool lets you manage your backlink building activities in one place. To get started, click Create New List in the upper right corner. I'll name this list Moz Blog Opportunities. The second step is to list the target URL, or the website you want to link to your contents. For example, I'll use websitebuilderexpert.com. In the third section, I'll put the URLs on my website that I want linked on their website. For this example, that's going to be moz.com/blog. Now I'll hit save. On this page, I can see a quick visual breakdown of the URLs I'm trying to build out and whether each link has been created. There's also the notes section for including contact information and updates on the relationship building process. Now, this isn't the only way to identify backlink opportunities. In the sidebar, hover over Link Research and click on Link Intersects. Rather than letting you research what backlinks you lost, it lets you spy on your competitors' backlinks. In the first field, I'll type moz.com, and in the second, I'll type semrush.com. Click Find Opportunities. In just a few seconds, Link Intersects shows the 50 most authoritative domains that link to SEMrush, but not to Moz. Look through these sites and don't be afraid to add many of them to your link tracking lists. Still, even the best salesperson couldn't convince a potential competitor to create backlinks if their website is riddled with technical issues. And that's what we'll see how to deal with in the next section. Chapter 6, Site Auditing. We already saw how Domain Overview could help you identify technical issues with your website. In this section, we'll see how on-demand crawl can do the same thing at a far larger scale. Note, there's a standalone tool under Campaigns called Site Crawl that does the same job, but comes with one clear advantage. You can track improvements over time since it's part of a campaign. If you're running a large website, there's an additional benefit too. Site Crawl can crawl up to 1 million pages depending on your plan level, whereas on-demand crawl is limited to 3,000 pages. For this video, I'll be showcasing on-demand crawl since it appears in the sidebar. Open the tool. Enter your root domain into the field and click Analyze. A full technical audit of any website takes time, so I'll see you once this process is complete. All right, the Moz crawl is complete, and the on-demand crawler identified over 2.6 thousand issues across 3,600 pages. Now, while that might seem like an overwhelming number of issues, that's actually not too bad. It's common for the crawler to detect lots of problems, and most of them are pretty easy fixes. Still, you need to prioritize your troubleshooting. That means focusing on critical crawler issues first. Critical issues will likely only be a small part of what the crawler finds, but fixing them will significantly improve your website's overall SEO health. Click on the red critical bar on the chart and scroll down. Now you can see and address all your critical issues in one spot. This list includes the page URL for easy access and the status error code to help with your troubleshooting. Now, before we finish this video, make sure to check out the onboarding guides I had you skip at the beginning of the video. And don't be afraid to visit the Moz Help Hub for additional resources. And if you haven't signed up yet, make sure to click the link in the description below to try a free 7-day trial of Moz Pro and get 20% off an annual subscription. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.